In this box is yet another budget option electric pit bike, but that's not why I'm interested in it. This thing has self-wheelie control. Yes, the bike we're unboxing comes stock with a Moxon controller. And I've got to say, this has been one of the more pleasant unboxings from Chinese e-bike company. Okay, so first look at the bike. I'm really glad this isn't just like another 2TO or VipQ copy and paste bike where they're all the same. It looks like, I think AnyLand did some of their own design as far as the battery goes. I really like the color of the bike as far as the powder coat, the rear fender and front fender go. So I think it's unique, which I don't know, a lot of the companies aren't. Now, the most glaring feature on this bike is obviously that it comes with the Moxon self-wheelie controller stock, but I do want to run through a couple of the other specs before we get into this thing. It has a mid-drive 3,000 watt motor, a 48 volt 22 amp hour battery. It's not removable as far as I can tell. Top speed of 34 miles per hour. Standard pit bike hydraulic front forks and rear shock, as well as brakes front and rear. 12-inch rear wheel, 14-inch front wheel, both with dirt tires. A grippy seat, which should help for wheelies. A headlight with multiple modes if you want to impersonate the police. And lastly, a price of $14.99 with this bike becoming available on April 15th. Now, I've never ridden a bike equipped with a self-wheelie or Moxon controller, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit skeptical about how well it works, especially as someone who already knows how to wheelie. So I figured, what better than get my buddy who can't wheelie for shit to test this thing. Now, before throwing my friends to the wolves, before knowing if this whole wheelie thing even works, I'm going to test out this bike, make sure it is legit. Turn the bike on, you just turn on this key, it comes with two, and you hold this little power button here. You can see it comes on, and we are good to go. Mode 1. And before we test the wheelie mode, I also just want to test this as a normal pit bike. Is it valid? It's just like a normal pit bike beyond the wheelie mode, because the wheelie mode can sometimes be seen as a gimmick, but here we go. Mode 1, top speed. This is in kilometers an hour right now. Forgot to change that, but we're at 40 kilometers, 41. Pretty good in mode 1, 41 kilometers an hour. I'll put the translation on the screen. Mode 2, 47, 49, 50, 52, 53. Woo, we gotta stop. Brakes seem to work, which is always a plus. We'll come up the hill here and we'll pop it into mode 3. One thing that's interesting about this bike is it has a half twist throttle. So not only is it a half twist throttle, this part doesn't do anything. It also has this little thumb throttle, kind of like a scooter or something. 48, 49. Doesn't seem to be a huge difference here. 52. Brakes are a little hard to lock up with one finger. Two fingers you definitely can. I unplugged the brake sensor already. While we're stuck behind these mountain bikers, I'll try and pop it up here. It's a little harder with the knobbies on it, but it's got the power for it. Just gotta throw your weight back with it. This is not on wheelie mode, people. This is ConnorG wheelie mode. So it actually wheelies pretty decent. I mean, as it should. It's got 3,000 watts of power. It's got a decent chain. It should be able to wheelie well, which it does. It'll only be improved just by having better tires suited for wheelies, but try a knee knock. Okay. That front wheel keeps stopping, making it a little bit harder, but it's okay. All right, so we know as far as everything goes for like a standard electric pit bike, it's fine. Like it honestly feels just like a 2TO or a VipQ if I'm being real with you. I just think it might look a little better, but let's test the feature that we actually care about, which is this self-wheelie mode. Make sure it works before we have my buddy Brandon try it. So to turn on self-wheelie mode, you have a plus and a minus button here. You hold these, takes us to the back end menu. We're gonna click with the plus button up to 12. Then we're gonna hit the power button. Then this is 0, that means wheelie mode's off. If I put it to 1, that's the first setting on wheelie mode. So I'm gonna select that for now, hit the power button again, hold the power button. And this is a 25-degree, I think, height on this. And you'll see it says 06 on the screen here, meaning that'll show you it's in wheelie mode. So if we pull it up, it's not gonna go any higher than this. Now you can still function between the modes here so you get more power. So we're in mode 3, but this is the highest it'll go, no matter what. And it's very bizarre. So here we go. I'm gonna keep my feet down to start. This is the first mode. I don't even know if that's gonna be high enough, but all right, here we go. That's like 25 degrees, and that's interesting. I mean, it works. It seems like it works. From a stop. Look at that. All right, that's not high enough. I don't think it's getting close enough to balance points. We're gonna go back into the secret menu. We're gonna go to 2. I think this is 35 degrees. See how this feels, and we'll put it in mode 3 too. Should get us to go higher. Oh my God, that's scary. That's so scary. I really wanna pull my brake in. Oh, that is so bizarre, but also really cool. Now, I think if we start slow, it stays slow.
What a bizarre feature, dude. That's so odd. It's hard to like really want to trust it, but fuck it. Look at that. I need to take my feet up too. I'm not fully committed to it. All right, it really does need to start from slow, but now you still have to balance the wheelie side to side, and so it's not like a full-on hack. You still have to be able to know the mechanics of it, but as far as your brake control and balance point, it does it all for you, which is so bizarre, so bizarre. All right, we tried the 2 lower modes. I say we just send it, go into the highest mode, which I think is like 45 degrees. So that means that this will go this high. So this is the highest it will go, and you won't need brakes. It'll should just stop itself. So here we go. Both feet down, we'll put it into 3. Oh my God. If that isn't the most bizarre feeling I've ever felt, look at this. And look how slow it is. That's so freaking weird, dude. That is so weird. You can almost feel the motor kind of like pulling on you. Look at it. Oh my God. Still got to balance side to side. Yo, if this thing had supermotors on it, it would actually be crazy. I gotta stop chopping the throttle. Just put it at whatever the Moxon thinks its balance point. And to have a Moxon on a $1,500 bike like this is pretty cool, because I thought that controller was pretty expensive. All right, you just gotta commit to holding the throttle steady. Like, look at that, guys. You see, not using any brake. Not using any brake. What a bizarre concept. What a bizarre concept. And to see it implemented on such a small little cheap bike is actually pretty crazy. Now I'm just like, what cool combos can I do? I mean, we're not even using the brake, as you can tell. Look at that. You know, I mean, I'm definitely like usually a Moxon hater, but I see how there potentially could be some validity in teaching methods for using something like this, because you get the idea of like, hey, this is where balance point is. Like, truly, if I'm gonna turn off the wheelie mode, this is like right about where balance point is. So it gets you familiar with that balance point, and you know, it makes it less sketchy, but I don't know, it's also kind of lame. Look at this. Look at this. It's actually pretty insane. It's actually insane. I'm really surprised by how well it works too. It wheelies itself. It wheelies itself. I don't know what to say. This is weird. 2026 is weird. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to mess around on, but you don't want to be known as the guy that can't actually wheelie and just has a Moxon controller, right? Like, I'm putting full trust in this bike too, because I am not covering that rear brake. Look at it, dude. That's actually nuts. Down the hill, it literally like does a slow wheelie for you. Damn, we're cooked. Being good at wheelies isn't even a flex anymore. I mean, stuntflation has really killed it all, but look at this. I'm really just putting all my trust in this thing. You know, when you turn off the wheelie mode, it's all things considered just the same as like a 2.2 or a VidQ, so and that's not bad. I mean, it's a cheaper bike, but I mean, if you're gonna spend $1,500, why not get one that at least has the option to screw around with a Moxon controller, right? Could be a good way to teach some people. I do think, you know, if we use the Moxon in the right way, it's like to teach people how to wheelie, maybe that are too scared to learn otherwise, but I don't know. Still feel weird about them. I'm actually having a lot of fun. Oh my God, it's so weird. Woo! Look at it go. Thoroughly impressed. Next up, we got to get my boy Brandon on this thing. And here we are. Brandon is on the bike. He's fully geared up, not just to try this wheelie thing because he can't wheelie, but also because we were just riding these. So what I'll say is first test it. So stand up off the bike and just wheel it up. So give it throttle, let it go, let it go, stand in place and hold it.
What do you mean stand in place and hold it? It fucking goes forward.
Stand in place and hold it, like hold it up. Yes, like that, and give it throttle while you do that. It's gonna stop. All right, take 2 on the AnyLand. You got this. Pull it up. Yep.
Dude, that's so fucking weird.
Isn't that weird, dude? He's wheeling. Now you still have to balance side to side. That's the thing. Yeah, so it's really crazy. I mean, Brandon does not know how to wheelie, and
He's just getting right on this thing and doing it. There's definitely a certain amount of trust you have to put in the bike, but it's bizarre. It's a really interesting concept.
So strange.
So strange, dude.
And also, I just don't know how to wheelie, so it's.
But in a way, I think it could be good. As much as I want to hate on it, like it could help people that want to learn and not eat shit as much as, you know, the rest of us have.
It's like scary trusting it, but it actually looks legit too. It's not.
One of the best looking e-bikes, I think, in this price range from China. Watch how slow this can go. Isn't that bizarre?
Look at that. Look at that. I think it'll even go backwards. Look, backwards wheelies. Yo, you see this?
Yeah.
It's crazy. No brakes. No brakes.
So bizarre. I want to hate it, but low-key it's kind of cool. Use code ConnorG to save.